Well, hello, Providence Financial friends and family, and welcome to this video where I want to give you two quick updates. One update about Orion and another update about e-money. Orion you should be familiar with, e-money not so much. You've probably never heard of that. And this video is designed for my clients. If you're not a client of mine, you're welcome to watch this video. My name is Anthony Secaro. I'm founder and president of Providence Financial and Insurance Services, located in Woodland Hills, California. I'm also host of the Providence Financial Retirement Show, which airs every Saturday on AM 870. KRL lays the answer, and that's at 4:30 p.m. I'm also an estate planning attorney, and we host a podcast as well. And for you, my clients, you should be plugged into my podcast because there are sessions on the podcast that you cannot get anywhere else. Just go to your favorite podcast player and search for the Providence Financial Retirement Show on your podcast player, and then you can be notified every time I put out a show. The purpose of this video, as I mentioned, is to talk about Orion and e-money. Orion is the service that you should be familiar with that allows you to log in and see your TD Ameritrade accounts. You can run reports, you can see the investment performance, you can see the pie chart, the breakdown of the investments, you can drill down and you can see the different classes of investments and really drill down to one specific investment. We've had a lot of good feedback from you with regards to Orion, but Orion is something that's been provided to us by Sound Income Strategies. And I was just notified last week that as of March 31st, Orion is going away. So if there's anything you want information from Orion before then, you need to log in and you can print that information, print the report, download whatever it is you want to download. But as of March 31st, Orion is gone. Now, I've been told that it's going to be replaced with something better. And I don't know all the details behind the scenes, so I'm not privy to why it's going to be gone. But I do know that the new system is supposed to be better. And they've promised us that it will be up and running by April 1st. So January 31st, Orion gone. April 1st, new system. There's always a little bit of a learning curve on that, so I'm going to get through that. Once I understand it and know how to use it, then I will get that out to you as well too. But just don't be surprised if April 1st you try to log on to Orion and you can't, because it won't be available to anybody, including me, after April 1st as well. So I wanted to give you that heads up. That's number one. The second thing that I wanted to give you is I wanted to share with you a new service that we are going to be rolling out. We is the Providence Financial. Sound Income Strategies gives you access to Orion, and that's really universal for the advisors that they're managing for. But we are going to give you access to a platform called e-money. And what e-money is an aggregator. And a lot of you have asked me for this in years past, ways to manage your accounts or help you with accounts that we're not managing for you. Some of you have 401ks that are just not available or being rolled over, or for any myriad of reasons, accounts that you want us to work with that we're not able to, or at least you want me to keep an eye on. And put that into your system, put that as part of your profile, and we just haven't been able to do that. Well, e-money is an aggregator that will allow you to aggregate all of your accounts into one place. So when we talk about your bank accounts, you can actually go on to e-money and connect your bank account to e-money and use your own username and password to log your bank account to e-money. So when you look at e-money, it's going to have your updated bank account information right there. Same thing with your retirement accounts, with your non-retirement accounts, your mortgages. If you have a mortgage, then you're going to be able to put your mortgage in, and it's going to be updated every single day. Every 24 hours, everything is updated. Any credit cards you have, auto loans, all of this stuff, you can take some time, set it up so that when you go into e-money, you can look at your entire net worth. You can look at what your net worth is. You can look at what your debt is. You can look at what your income is, what your expenses are. You can do projections to figure out, well, how much am I going to have in 5 years, 10 years? How much am I going to have when I die at a certain age? If someone winds up passing away early, my spouse or passes away early, what happens in that scenario? What's my cash flow look like? So it's a phenomenal tool that you will give you access to all this information. A lot of you have told us that that's what you want. The other benefit of that is it will also give me access to the information. And that's going to be extremely helpful anytime you call me with a question. Right now we get questions from all of our clients about various aspects or things of life and retirement. And that's one of the benefits that we offer. That's one of the services that we offer to you being a financial client, where we're managing your money, is we're going to help you and act as a sounding board to answer some of the life questions that come up about retirement. But when you call me up and say, well, hey, I'm thinking about selling my home, or I'm thinking about buying another home, what do you think? Questions that we get fairly frequently. Well, I've got to refresh my memory on everything first, and it takes us a little while for me to get current on your assets. Even if we've done that before you and I speak, a lot of times that's what happens is, I know that I've got a call scheduled with someone because they want to buy a home or they want to sell their home. And so I have my staff behind the scenes take some time and go update everything that we have anyway about you. So I've got a current picture. I can't give you current information or correct information if I don't have a current picture. So with the money that we're managing, that you've trusted us with, my staff does that ahead of time. It takes time, but that way I'm current whenever we get on a call. But where we can't be current on is the information that you have. So we always have to take a few minutes up front where I've got to ask you about your bank accounts. How much do you have here? How much do you have here? How much do you have in accounts that are outside of us that we're not managing for you for one reason or another? I always have to get current on that before I can answer your question. And that might take 30 minutes for us to go through and for me to make sure that I understand the current scenario before I ever answer your question. Well, eMoney is going to change that. Because when you go into eMoney and you connect your bank accounts and you connect your credit card, you connect everything, you can go in and log in and everything is current right there on the spot. The investments we're managing for you, if you have annuities through us, all that's going to be current. Any investments that you have outside, that's all going to be current. So now when you call me up and ask a question, I can press a button, I can see your scenario. I don't have to ask you any questions. I can give you an answer just like that. And it's going to save both of us time. So that's just a phenomenal benefit for both of us. But the reporting capabilities on this are just absolutely phenomenal. In addition to just having everything there in one place, you can see your net worth. And if something looks off, right? If something looks like it's not right, well, now we can drill down and figure out why is it not right, because you don't want to plan the rest of your life on something not right, and then find out that when you get out to your 80s, you missed something. So this would be the time to catch that, and that's where it pulls everything together as well too. So this is something that we're going to be rolling out. I signed a contract, pretty expensive software, I got to tell you. It's going to be free to you guys just for being a financial client of ours. It's not going to be free for people that are not financial clients, only available to you, part of the service that you get. And I signed the contract 2 months ago, and I've spent hours, and I've had team members that have spent hours. I've done training on. I mean, it's pretty sophisticated. And for those of you that might be saying, oh my gosh, this is too sophisticated, I don't know what to deal with it, don't worry, it's really, really easy. If it's something that you don't want to deal with on your own, you don't have to deal with it on your own. But we have a lot of clients that are analytical like I am, a lot of engineer clients. I think engineers are probably my number one classic client. And so a lot of engineers, a lot of you watching this are salivating now because you like that idea of having it all in one place. And eMoney is not new. eMoney's been around for a decade, I want to say, and I believe there's either tens of thousands or maybe even hundreds of thousands of people using them nationwide. So they're not new. They've got this whole thing drilled down. You want to get specific? It's there. So this is something that we're going to be making available to you. And in some situations, if you call us and you want us to do a plan for you, financial plan, retirement plan, income plan, something along those lines, and we may require you to do this, and we'll help you. We're not going to throw you out to the wolves. We'll help you do it. But the reality is that we have to have the information, and we have to do it in a way as feasible for everybody as well too. So we're not rolling it out yet. The reason I'm mentioning it to you now is because this is kind of like a coming soon announcement. I'm not sure when we're going to be ready. It might just be another week or two. I've got a few things, but it should be. But I've already talked to some of you about being test cases, and the response that I've had from people I've talked to has just been overwhelmingly great. Again, people that I've talked to love the idea of putting everything in one place, being able to monitor everything from one place, change things. So if you are already a test case of ours, someone who has already agreed, I know who you are, I've got the list, I've talked to you one-on-one. If you've already agreed that you want to do something, you want to do this, you want to get involved, and you want to test it, you're willing to help me test it, then you're probably going to be getting an email sometime in the next week or two from eMoney. So just look for that email and walk through the process. It's not something I should have to walk you through. It's a very easy, simple situation. You're going to put in your information and you're going to be able to log in your accounts. If you don't want to log in your accounts, you don't want to put your username and password, that's fine. You can go in and just put everything manually. This is as secure as the banks. It's as secure as you can get. I've been on the security webinars with them. And I can't repeat, I'm not a tech guy, but I can tell you it's extremely secure. So you don't have to worry about, the security issues. But if you are worried about the security issues, if you don't want to aggregate everything, you can put everything in manually. That just means then that you're going to, have to update it before we have a conversation. But that's fine. It's not easy. You don't have to do this. But if you want a real-time snapshot every day, anytime you click on, then having it aggregated is the best way to do it. So if you have agreed and you do want to be part of this, and you've already told me that, then again, in the next week or so, you'll probably be getting an email from me inviting you to participate in that. And so go through and really take time and put your information in. And let me know where the issues are. That's what I want to know. If we have not talked about this, but you want to be involved in this and you like the idea of this software, do me a favor, send me an email, let me know, and I'll put you on that list. And then I will make sure that we send you an email as well, too. So now, just to be clear, when I send you this email, it's going to give you access to the account, to your own account. You're going to be able to go in and set it up. You're going to be able to play with it. You're going to be able to see your own net worth. I will also have access to that as well, too, as long as you give me that ability. I think there is an option that you have to choose for me to see what you're doing or not. So it's a really private situation, but I'll have that ability. So the reason that we're testing it is because I'm trying to learn it, and I need to learn where are areas that you might be getting stuck. So if you have a hard time in one area and you don't understand something it's asking you to do, that's the feedback that I want from you so that I can then explain what to do or find myself what to do so I can make suggestions to them. But again, they've got this whole thing dialed in. So if you want to be a part of that, email me. But that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Orion's going away. E-money is going to be coming. And by the way, E-money is not going to be the Orion replacement. That's going to be in addition to whatever replaces Orion. Once I find out exactly what's going to replace Orion that works, I'll put out a video about that as well too, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Call me if you need anything, or let me know if you want to be a part of that E-money test. Thanks. God bless.